What's poppin', man? OFX in the building, and this video is going to be about a trading plan and how important it is to have a very, very specific, detailed trading plan to succeed in day trading in general. So, for a very long time, I've been trading for almost 2.5 years, and I recently just laid out every single detail of how I want to trade, and it's made a huge difference in the success rate that I have. And I used to be really inconsistent with the trades and the wins, and I didn't know why until I specifically made exactly a trading plan of exactly how I want to trade. So, trading style, entries, and then this stuff, right? So the structure, daily 4 hour for the structure, momentum for the 1 hour. Basically, the biggest thing I do is I let price tell me what it wants to do. I focus huge on price action. Price always has to have a clear direction before I enter the trade. I find the support and resistance levels on the 1 hour and the POIs on the 30, 15, and 5. By the POIs, I mean these things: demand zone, supply zone, hidden demands, hidden supply, hidden demand zone. These last two right here are rare. They don't happen very often, but they are there. And the entries I get, I call them pit stop plays, and you'll see why. It's like a quick little pit stop, and then price just takes off. 1 hour engulfing candle break out of the support or resistance level and closes above the resistance or below the support. And then once it does that, then I go into the level. I draw a box around the level into the 30, and then go into the 30, 15, and 5 to find the POI. And then this is just the reversal stuff, the same shit with the breaker structure and everything. And then the entries I use are sell and buy limit entries, because I used to only use market execution, and from doing that, I missed a ton of trades. I would miss trades when I was asleep. I would literally sit there sometimes for like an hour waiting for price to get up into my entry zone, and it just sucked. It sucked because I wasted a lot of time when I could have just put a limit and left it. And I know a lot of people say, "Oh, limits suck because then they can see your orders and like whatever." I don't really care. I don't know if that's true. I don't know, whatever, but it works for me. I use buy and sell limit entries, and it works, and I love it. And I love being able to come back to my phone and see that money's being made. So, and then 3% risk maximum for me. That's what I'm comfortable with. 3-to-1 minimum risk reward per trade. So never go below that. Always, if I can, go above. Averages out to anywhere from a 3 to 5-to-1. And then TP is going to be the next support and resistance level, unless there's an equal measure move that I can find. Stop loss is always above or below the POI that I have, the POI and the level. And then the stop loss is going to go into profit once a breaker structure happens and the candle closes with that breaker structure. Okay. And then all this other stuff. Okay. So I'll show you guys what I do. So basically what I do is I let price tell me exactly what I want it to do. Actually, it would be better just to show you. So I let price tell me exactly what it wants to do, right? And what I mean by that is choppy sells, choppy buys, strong pushes, breaks the structure, like all of these things. Okay. And if we look at this, if we look at structure right now, okay, look at how we had, if we go to the daily, price is already overall bullish in this situation, right? Higher low, higher low. This is now creating another higher low, okay? And if we go down to the 4, we can see price came up, had a big drop, pullback, big drop, pullback, big drop. But let's see where we're at. We're at the next higher low point, right? If we break this, start continuing down, we could shift the entire trend. But look how price is starting to act when we get down to this point. Look how price right here, okay, right here, right here, right here. Look at those pushes. Even this, even look at this push, and then look at the difference once price comes down here. Look at all these rejections over and over and over and over, right? Look how price just stalled. Started stalling completely right here, and then had this big wick rejection, had a big push up, right? Pay attention to that. That is telling you something, okay? So then what I do is let price tell me what it wants to do, where it wants to go. And then once I feel like it has a clear direction and I know where it's going, I find in this case, it'd be a resistance level, okay? And I want, let's say it's a resistance level. I want price when it's coming up to have a strong push and a closure above that level, right? And then what I do is I find the levels on the 1 hour, and then I go down to the 30, 15, or 5, whichever one has the best looking POI, and the POI is being these things. And I find the POI, and then I'll move it to wherever that POI is alongside, combined with the level, and then I'll place a buy limit. Okay, and if it was a support level that broke out and now going to be retested as a resistance, it'd be a sell limit, right? In this case, it'd be a buy limit. Okay, and then what I do is then I measure out the spread. EU normally has anywhere from like a 1.5. It's actually usually about 1.5. So boom, and then stop loss will be right below there, and then TP would be the next level. Okay, that's exactly how I do it. And if we see in this case, okay, we see price did all this stuff down here, showed me exactly where it wanted to go, had a strong push up, came back down, retested this level, okay, and then did what right after that? Had another strong push up, okay, and then price came back down, hesitated for a second, and then we had another strong push up, right? Another strong push up with this one right here. Price broke out of this level, closed above it. So now we have this entire POI right here. We go down to the 30, 15, and 5, whichever one looks better. There's a 15 one. Okay, boom. So we have this 15 one, this hidden demand on the 15 combined with this level, right? And now we have all the previous price action backing us up. So now what I do is I place a buy limit, and that would be the entry, because we need, I've done videos on limits. So now the stop loss is below the POI for a 4 pip stop, okay? And then TP would be the next level. This would be the entire next level up here, all right? So you could run it up to anywhere in this entire area, okay? And I risk 3%, so I'm going for 15, okay? Boom, taps it, it's on its way up, bang, it's TP, right? And then once price, honestly, I mean, price would have hit TP with this one, but like, let's say it just closed right here and it broke this level of structure, then stop loss would have been 1 pip in profit, okay? So all I do is I keep doing that. All I do is I just follow these rules that I have laid out. And when you have these laid out, it doesn't allow room for error. It doesn't allow you to change things up, because I used to just have everything in my head of like, oh, I want to do this and this is how I want to trade. But then I would constantly change it because I never had it specifically written out. And now that I do, everything's different. Everything's changed, right? So it's very, very simple steps. And that's it. It's just this entry technique that I found that works really, really well for me. Let's go to AU. So it'd be the same thing right here. If we look at this entire thing right here, go to the daily, look at AU. Look at how all these rejections, strong push, pullback, fail, strong push, pullback, fail, keeps pushing down. Like, price is telling you what it wants to do, and then it breakout, strong closure, level, look, came up, boom, tapped it, breakout, strong closure, level, boom, tapped it, breakout, closure, strong level, boom, tapped it. Like the same thing over and over and over and over. When you have a very specific trading plan, everything changes, okay? And I can go more into depth on this entire thing and the way I trade in another video. I already do it a lot, but I just want to show you guys the power of having a trading plan and how critical it is to know exactly how much you want to risk, and the risk rewards, and where the TPs are going to be, where the stop losses are going to be, the exact entry techniques. And that's another thing that's really underrated, is having one very, very specific entry technique. A lot of people have different ways that they enter, and I do all this and this. Like, that's fantastic, but I guarantee you 100% of the time, you will make more money with one very, very, very good entry technique that you've gotten really good at, that you've mastered. You'll make more money with that in the long run than you ever would having 4 different ones that you're mediocre at. And it's cool being able to say, well, I do like this, and then I do this too, and then, oh, if this happens, I can do this. That's fantastic. And if you do have one, a lot of times you will probably wait a lot longer for trades. There's some times that trades don't happen all week for me. I only trade 3 pairs. So there's not trade setups every single week for me. but I'm waiting for the perfect setup in my eyes, right? You can do all these like EMAs and all these indicators and all this support resistance shit or trend lines, whatever you want to do, you can do all of it. But I'm gonna have this one very specific thing that I'm gonna get extremely good at, and it's gonna make me a lot of money. Okay. And one more thing I'll show is the one trade that I did catch this week that I made about 7% on, and I made 7% because I didn't risk the right amount for. I don't know how I looked at it. I don't know how, but I should have made 9%, but I just didn't risk the right amount. But okay, let's look at it. So this is gold, right? And if we look at gold, even just on 1 hour, just ignore everything else, right? We had a big drop on gold and everything, and price right here started failing at a previous support. But even just this one piece of price action, price had a push up, multiple rejections. Like if we really look at all of these, 1, 2, 3, right? And then big push, came back down, and then if we zoom in, we can see the wicks. Look at the wick right there. Look at that one. Look at that one. Look at that one. All of these wicks showing buying power. All of these choppy sells rejecting at the same exact support level, right? So then price did this. Big push up, right? Pull back, big push up. Failed to try and break down again. Really strong bullish candle, right? And then look, it closes above this level. I went down to the 30. Hidden demand. So now we have a POI, right? And then that's about it for the spread. Stop loss for me, I believe, was 15. So just like that. And then the TP was going to be just the next level. That's simple. Just right up here. This next little level of resistance, right? Whoops. I didn't mean to do that. Price came down. Tapped it. Now we're in. Came back down again. I didn't get scared. I didn't care. Bang. TP got smacked. 7%. Should have been 9. I messed up the risk. So I was risking like 2 point something. But just like that. That easy. And it's the same exact setup every single time. And that's why I say having this very specific trading plan and having one entry technique is extremely likely that you'll be successful. So that's it, man. OFX out.